Good evening, everyone. I would like to call our regular board meeting to order at 7:30. I am located in the village chambers. The other elected officials, our village board trustees, are at their designated locations due to the COVID-19. We are still remote meeting. I am in the village chambers and everyone else is in a respective location. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Today is August 17th. Trustee Miller. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones. Trustee Jones is absent. Trustee Abraham.
Here.
Trustee Senior.
Here.
Trustee Tierney.
Here.
Trustee Horn.
Here.
Mayor Thompson is here. Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Can we all either stand or be seated for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Can we please have a moment of silence? All right, item 2, public comment. I'm going to read this disclaimer. While the meeting is open to the public and public comments are welcomed, in light of concerns related to the spread of coronavirus disease, COVID-19, the meeting will be streaming live online. The village strongly encourages residents and participants to submit written comments to the village clerk prior to the meeting. Persons will be allowed to make in-person comments if they so desire. However, individuals will be brought into the meeting room one at a time, and all federal, state, and local protocols currently in place to alleviate the spread of COVID-19, including social distancing requirements, will be observed. Mayor Thompson, at this time, I have not received any public comments to the clerk's office. Do you have any people physically in the village chambers?
No, it's no one in the chamber, just myself and Attorney Vasali.
Thank you, Mayor. So we'll move to item 3, communications. I just wanted to let everyone know that non-response follow-up has started for the U.S. Census, the 2020 Census. This is where the enumerators actually go door to door and follow up for people that have not self-responded. They will be identified properly with census badges, so you know that if someone comes to your door that is not clearly wearing a census badge, you may want to contact the police immediately and inform them for your safety. As of last Friday, the Broadview self-response rate was up to 71.1%, and we had exceeded our 2010 expectations for self-response. So we're well on our way. We could be a little bit further ahead, but as we have these events starting this coming Saturday, August 22nd, we're gonna hopefully improve those numbers. We're gonna be having an event every other day, it looks like. Let me just go, we have 6 days, 6 sites, and this is the Be Counted campaign for the village of Broadview. Sunday, August 23rd, 14th and Roosevelt Road from 3 to 6 p.m. We're gonna have a census pop-up event there. There'll be food, fun, games. We're gonna give away masks and hand sanitizers. There will be another event on Friday, September 11th, over in the Gold Coast area at Playhaven Park, 25th Avenue, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then on Tuesday, September 25th, we're gonna do Taco Tuesday over in the Harvester area, 19th Street Apartments Courtyard, from 6 to 8 p.m. Then on Friday, September 18th, barbecue at Beverly, over in Beverly Park, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. And then on Tuesday, Rugby Strong Evening over in the garden area, right at Pioneer Park on 25th Avenue, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then our last event is going to be on Friday, September 25th, Stepping at the Park, right over at Schroeder Park, 14th and I'm sorry, this is Schroeder Park, 14th and Roosevelt. Mayor, can you clarify that one for me, please?
Verify that. Say that again, Clerk.
The Schroeder Park event on the 25th, is that at Schroeder Park? Or
yes.
Okay, Schroeder
Park.
Park. Which is at 2300 sorry, 2600 South 13th Avenue, again from 6 to 8 p.m. And that concludes this communication.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, before you move on, I'm seeing a caller in use number 1 and a caller with a phone number 708-785-2727. Please identify yourself before we ask for them to disconnect you from this call.
The 2727 is Tom.
Oh, okay, thank you, Budget Officer.
Tom Hood.
And then caller in use number 1. Please identify yourself.
I don't know what caller in use number 1 means, but I'm on the line. I just got on.
Oh, okay, that's
Trustee Jones.
Trustee Jones. Okay, thank you, Trustee Jones.
Okay, let the record reflect that at 7:35, Trustee Jones entered the meeting. All right. Was that okay? Was that everything, Mayor?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Item 4, consideration to approve the following minutes. We have the minutes from the August 3rd, 2020 regular board meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham, seconded by Trustee Senior. Madam President.
Trustee Horn.
Actually, I had emailed to the clerk that the minutes should be revised to reflect Trustee Miller's statement related to rushing the meetings, and that the mayor responded. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Jones.
Nothing.
Trustee Tierney.
On mute.
Is he still on the call? Trustee Tierney. Trustee Senior.
I have nothing at this time.
Trustee Abraham.
Nothing.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please, and acknowledge Trustee Horn's concerns as it relates to the meeting?
Yes, I can. Before we do the roll call, I did receive Trustee Horn's email communique, and I believe I did respond to her. And just so you know, everyone, during the mayor's comments and the mayor's report, no one speaks. So at that time, Trustee Miller did not speak. So I was only referring to what the mayor was reacting to. So that's what that comment was. So now we'll have a roll call. Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Horn.
Abstain.
Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Tierney.
Yes.
And Trustee Miller. Trustee Miller is absent. Mayor, this carries 5-0 with 1 abstention. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next is approval of minutes from the July 20th, 2020 regular board meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham, seconded by Trustee Tierney. Madam President.
Chairman of the Finance Committee, will you please read the AP warrant list?
No, we're still on approval of the minutes from the July 20th meeting now. Sorry.
Non-result. So the only minutes that I have on the agenda that you sent, Mr. Clerk, is August 3rd.
So we don't have August 20th on here?
I don't.
July 20th.
I mean July 20th, right?
No, the only minutes that I have for the agenda that I have is August 3rd.
Yeah, let me get you a new agenda because we did revise that after we checked, and it did go out to everyone.
Did the trustees get the agenda, the new agenda? Because I didn't.
I did. I have July 20th reflected on mine.
Okay.
So let me bring this to you, Mayor, but let me get this started. So again,
Okay.
approval of minutes from the July 20th, 2020 regular board meeting. It was approved, or it's a motion by Trustee Abraham, seconded by Trustee Tierney, and Madam President is open for comment now.
Okay, Trustee Horn.
No comments, thanks.
You're welcome. Trustee Jones.
I have no comment now.
Trustee Tierney. Trustee Tierney. You're on mute.
No comment.
Trustee Senior,
No comment.
Trustee Abraham.
No comment.
And just let the record reflect that I did have the village attorney go to make sure that the minutes, the proper agenda was posted properly in the village hall, and it was. So, thank you, Mr. Attorney.
Wow.
Mr. Clerk, can you get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
You're on mute again.
Yes.
thank you, Trustee Tierney, and Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, carries 5-0 to approve the minutes. Thank you all. Next item 5, consideration to approve expenditures, grand total of all funds, $629,947.70.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham and seconded by Trustee Tierney. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Trustee Judy Abraham, Chairwoman of the Finance Committee Committee Chairperson, will you please read the warrant list?
Yes, Madam Mayor. All right. For the AP warrant list for August 12th, 2020, for the Village of Broadview, the first vendors, Air One Equipment Incorporated, $9,960.75. L. Warrant Oil Company Incorporated, $15,640.80. F4G Ronan Ltd, $12,000. Backdraft Opco LLC, $2,823. Broadview Westchester Joint Water Agency, $388,272.70. Delgado Law Group LLC, $23,170.05. Dorothy McGreer, $2,500. Diane Bailey, $4,200. Echo Clean Maintenance Incorporated, $2,504. Geno's Heating and Plumbing Incorporated, $28,604.50. Glenda Jacobs, $2,500. Markham Real Estate, $28,337.34. Michael and Raquel Cholowinski, $5,000. Mid-American Water, $7,873.40. Naomi G. Salinas Notorio, $5,000. Robert K. Hanna, $2,500. Timothy J. Hicks, CPA, $5,625. TNT Towing and Recovery Incorporated, $3,725. Verizon Wireless, $2,966.02. West Cook County Solid Waste Agency, $40,875.34. Windstrom, $2,962.45. Total expenditures over 2,500 is $597,040.35. The total expenditures is $629,947.70. Percentage of total is 95%. To the funds that will be affected, General Fund, $116,381.70. Garbage Fund, $40,875.34. Roosevelt Road Tip Fund, $28,337.34. Capital Projects Fund, $682.50. Water and Sewage Fund, $443,670.82. The grand total, $629,947.70. End of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Jones?
You're on mute.
Stop.
Trustee Jones?
Trustee Jones, you're on mute.
Trustee Jones, are you still a part of the meeting? Trustee Horn,
I have no questions. Thank you.
Trustee Tierney,
I have no questions.
Trustee Senior,
No questions.
Trustee Abraham.
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yeah, Madam President. Trustee Jones has left the meeting. Trustee Horn,
Abstain, please.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
and the chair to pay the bills 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, item 6, village officer reports. All village officer
As the
reports
point,
are submitted to the mayor and are also on file with the clerk's office. So we'll go to item 7, old business. We have none. Bringing us to item 8, new business.
You have a new caller.
Pardon me?
Who is that with
I'm
a baby?
somebody muted me a little while ago.
Okay, Trustee Jones, thank you for joining the call back. We are on new business, I believe, and someone got a baby in the background. I mean, welcome to the village board meeting. Okay, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam President. New business, item A, consideration of an application for a business license requested by Brian Flood, doing business as SBC Waste Solutions, LLC, for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And properly motioned by Trustee Tierney, seconded by Trustee Abraham. Madam President, open for comments.
Thank you. I did invite Karen Colley to answer any questions that the board may have as it relates to this business, but I have to truly say that I'm very excited about this particular business because it's a woman-owned business. And although when we first started this process, we started out in a rocky situation with a lot of discrepancies that went on with the business, but I can truly say Ms. Conley was very professional as she worked with Commissioner Upshaw to bring her business in compliance with the Village of Broadview. So I want to be the first to say, welcome to the Village of Broadview. I look forward to a long, healthy, lucrative business here in our great village. And if there's anything that we can do to assist that business, most certainly you are part of our business stakeholders and we welcome you wholeheartedly. So thank you for being patient with us and taking care of all of those deficiencies that had taken place. That was no control of your own, but you stepped up to the plate and made it right for us. So I'm happy that this is on the agenda tonight. Commissioner Upshaw, if you want to tell us about the business, and then we'll allow Ms. Conley to answer any questions she may have.
SBC Waste Solutions will be located at 2401 Gardner. As Mayor Thompson said, they have completed all of their inspections, and most importantly, well, the prior owners were not compliant with the Village of Broadview Cross Connection Program, but Ms. Coley and Brian Flood did step up, and they are compliant. Karen, are you available to talk a little bit about your business?
Yes, thank you. We are absolutely thrilled to be a part of our new home. We invite you all to come visit. We have done what we think is some really, safe and good work on the building to keep it very much above and beyond safety first. It is this permit is one of our last steps in our WBENC filing. So we do have to file our business permit with our application, which I wholeheartely believe we will be approved. And Mayor Thompson, I would love to have you over for a nice photo op of a new woman-owned business in town. I think it especially these days, it says an awful lot. And I'm really, really proud of our team. I think you'll find we operate like a family. We care deeply about the community. We've already participated in a few community events in Broadview, and you'll see a lot more of that, with the opportunity, hopefully in the future, to maybe be your hauler. We would love an opportunity to bid on the city's services at some point in time when your contract is up. And we just hope this is a beginning of just an incredibly long and mutually rewarding experience.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I will start with Trustee Jones. Trustee Jones, do you have any questions?
I have no questions.
Trustee Horn?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trustee Tierney?
I have no questions, just a comment. Welcome to the Village of Broadview.
Thank you.
Trustee Senior?
No questions, but I just want to say welcome to the community of Broadview.
And Trustee Abraham?
No questions other than welcome to our community and thank you for being a woman-owned business.
So Ms. Connie, I do have one question. What community events have you guys participated in so far?
I believe we were involved in a food event that was, we participated in with Parks and Rec. And I also believe some of our team were at, I believe it might be sponsoring a baseball team that maybe didn't happen because of COVID, but we were wholeheartedly there to sponsor it, but I don't think it happened.
Well, we appreciate the support that you give to the Village of Broadview. Most certainly, it's all welcoming, and we do work together as a team in collaboratives. So partnerships and collaborations is a big part of my platform. So I appreciate that collaboration that you have with the Broadview Park District. So with that being said,
I do want to just give one shout out. Commissioner Upshaw really helped me immensely with at the sale of the building. He protected us quite a bit by making sure enough funds were escrowed for the repairs that needed to be done. And I don't know how his mind works, but he was like within a few $100s of what the actual costs were. So it just tells you what a professional team you guys have on your end. And as a result, it really protected us so we could get the work done and have the money escrowed to do it. So thank you.
you're welcome, and thank you for that. And thank you, Commissioner Upshaw, for helping out this new business. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Yes.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Mayor, this carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Item B,
Thank you.
a resolution authorizing the village president or her designee to submit an application for coronavirus relief funds provided to Cook County under the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, CARES Act, and to approve an intergovernmental and sub-recipient agreement for coronavirus relief funds with Cook County.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
And properly motioned by Trustee Senior, seconded by Trustee Jones. Madam President, open for discussion.
Thank you. So I know we've had this discussion in previous board meetings where we have gotten some CARES Act funding from Cook County for $489,938.38. To formalize this CARES Act funding, we have to have a resolution in place with the IGA with the county. So this is just formalizing that relationship. And our next step will be to apply for the application process. Trustee Jones, you have any questions?
No comment.
Trustee Horn?
Nothing, thanks.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
and Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all.
Thank you.
C, a resolution authorizing and approving an agreement with ALEP concrete contractors for additional improvements to be completed in conjunction with IDOT project 61G35 related to the Braga Drive Improvements Project for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Properly motion by Trustee Senior, seconded by Trustee Abraham. Madam President, open for discussion.
Thank you. This project is related to the Bragda Drive for a contract for concrete contractors for a total amount of $62,359. This is a part of our budget for fiscal year 21. I'm going to ask Chris to talk about this project. He is on the line. Chris?
Sure, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. So this is very similar to last year when Narduli did the first stage. All the work that is within the village IDOT right-of-way is reimbursable by the STP grant funding that the village received. Work that happens out of the right-of-way is not. And it's very minor. We're expecting no more than $62,000 of work, which was included in the quantities for the contract. But because it's outside the right-of-way, a separate contract needs to be completed with the contractor at the same unit prices. It's kind of just a formality to transfer funds from one project to the other.
Thank you, Chris. Trustee Jones?
I would just like Chris to articulate specifically what is the additional work, the $62,000 actually going to be for?
Absolutely. So a lot of the work on Braga Drive, or a lot of the geometrics on Braga Drive, has a sidewalk immediately behind the back of curb. And because the curb's going out, that sidewalk's coming out. Well, when the sidewalk's right behind the back of curb, the elevation of that proposed sidewalk changes. And in the instance where there's parking lots immediately behind that sidewalk, or private sidewalk entry walks, or anything that ties into the back of curb, there's a possibility, a high possibility that say 5 feet or so of that will need to be replaced to accommodate the new grade of the proposed sidewalk, if that makes sense. So it's basically the transition from private property.
So basically what you're saying is that this is basically to replace sidewalks.
Correct. It's to replace the sidewalk that's adjacent to the curb.
It will be impacted with the construction.
Exactly.
Got it. Thanks. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Thank you, Trustee Jones. Trustee Horn?
No questions.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney?
No comment.
Trustee Senior?
No question.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please? We can't hear you. You on mute?
Yep, sorry.
Okay.
All right, roll call. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
And Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, next item. Item D. The ordinance amending Title V of the Broadview Village Code related to emergency medical service rates in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Tierney. Open for comments, Madam President.
Thank you. Section 5-1-11-12 have the pricing allocated for this particular legislation for medical service with the medical service rates. Chief Kenny, can you tell us about this amended ordinance?
Yes, every couple of years we do some research on what everybody around us is doing for their medical billing. And we also have our medical billing company give us an idea of what's allowable by state and federal law. And this is what we've come to, is these two amounts. That we were also leaving some money on the table from Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements from GEMT. So by raising this, we're actually obtaining more funds.
Thank you. Trustee Jones?
I have no comment.
Trustee Horn?
Nothing.
Trustee Tierney?
No comment.
Trustee Senior? Trustee
Looks like we lost.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior? We're gonna give Trustee Senior? We're voting
Yes.
item D. Okay, thank you. Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next is item E, a resolution authorizing and approving a memorandum of understanding between Freedom Path Hines Limited Partnership and Freedom Path Hines II or II Limited Partnership. And then parentheses Freedom's Path 1 and 2, buildings 240 and 242, and the Village of Broadview related to emergency ambulance services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Senior. Madam President.
Thank you. Chief Kenny, this is you again. Can you tell us about the Freedom Path of Hines?
Absolutely. So we are contracted to Hines VA for EMS and fire. Freedom's Path, buildings 240, 242, and you're going to see in the next one as well. We respond to those buildings. Those buildings were originally built for homeless veterans. They were not filling the buildings, so they opened them up to Section 8 housing. Now, Hines VA does pay for all veterans that are qualified that live in those buildings. However, now that they opened up to Section 8 housing, we were not being reimbursed for those that lived there, and we had to seek out reimbursement. And in that process of seeking out reimbursement, we can lose funds, especially the 5% that we pay to for the billing company. So this is just an agreement with them to pay us an upfront cost to meet those needs, and we will seek reimbursement. It is not a lot of patients that receive those buildings, but it's enough that it could have made an impact if we weren't able to recoup something.
Okay, and so Chief Kenny, on this is billable up to $225 per person or per month?
Per month per building. So we will be getting $500 a month total just for that. That's not billing the patient. That's for us to bring them the services.
Okay.
I should say that Section 8 housing is required to show that they have EMS and fire in place, and they were not meeting those needs originally.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Jones?
I have no comment.
Trustee Horn?
Nothing.
Trustee Tierney?
Just elaboration, Chief. This is not going to impact our calls or runs to Hines Hospital, is it?
No, we've
By a
already been
significant
maintaining.
amount?
No, I see where I know what you mean by this. We're already maintaining those calls. We were
Okay.
just having to pay to seek out reimbursement for them, and that wasn't fair to the village. It's basically covering like a tax base that we would have in our own town.
Good.
And Hines itself, like I said, they own the properties and they were just leasing the properties to these companies. So we're just getting reimbursement from the companies that are leasing the property.
Okay, thank you, Chief. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Senior?
No, I have no questions at this time.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
and Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you. Okay, on to item G, a resolution authorizing and approving adoption of the Village of
Two
Broadview.
different buildings.
Pardon me?
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Item G, a resolution authorizing and approving adoption of the Village of Broadview Emergency Operations.
Mr. Clerk, we left out section F. You skipped F.
Did I?
Yeah, it's just like E, but it's with building 14.
Very good.
Right.
My apologies. Let me go to item F. Resolution authorizing and approving a memorandum of understanding between Hines 3 Veterans Residences Limited Partnership, Freedom's Path Building 14, and the Village of Broadview related to emergency ambulance services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Properly motion by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Tierney. Thank you all.
This is like the previous resolution, except this is for building number 14.
Yes, and the only difference in this building is they are not at capacity yet. So we are rarely having calls to that facility. So once they meet at least 50% capacity, then we will be billing.
Okay. Jones? Trustee Jones?
No comment.
Trustee Horn?
Nothing, thank you.
Trustee Tierney?
No comment.
Trustee Senior?
No comment.
Trustee Abraham?
No comment.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
What? Yes.
Trustee,
Did he call
Did you hear me?
yes,
Did he
Trustee,
call me?
Oh, my goodness. Trustee Senior is saying yes.
I got Trustee Abraham, yes, and Trustee Senior, yes. Trustee
There you
Tierney.
go.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this also carries 5-0. Thank you. Now we go to item G. A resolution authorizing and approving adoption of the Village of Broadview Emergency Operations Plan for the Village of Broadview, County of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And properly motion by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Abraham. Madam President.
Thank you. So we've been working on this emergency operation plan for quite some time, and we finally solidified it with all of the department heads. And I just want to thank Chief Kenny for taking the lead on this and putting the document together for us. It's an important document for the entire village. Chief Kenny, if you want to elaborate on this document, please do so.
Oh, I'm so happy we're at this point with it. This has been 2 years in the making. We haven't had one in place for several years. So I just want to give you a quick, just a quick synopsis of it. So we prepare for major emergencies and disasters, and it requires a continuity of planning for all of us within the village. The most important part about this document is that it addresses emergency situations, and it meets the state, county, and federal level so we can get assistance if need be. So it just lays everything out. I did not expect everyone to read all 316 pages, but each page in each document pretty much lays out if we were to have a natural disaster, how we would go about dealing with it at the time, the resources we can bring in, the resources that we already have, as well as assistance we can get to recover from it. So I do want to thank Marquita Trotter. She went back and reviewed it and applied all of the ordinances in the village that would have been to each section. She truly helped me. So I'm just glad it's here.
Thank you. Trustee Jones?
I have no comment.
Trustee Horn?
Is this specific to natural disasters and things?
No, it's a wide range. It also has the pandemic in here, pandemics in general. It addresses natural disasters, pandemics, large fires that we have. It really hits every emergency in the village. And the best part about it is we take one person out of the plan, everybody can find a way to make the plan work. Even if I was out of town, the mayor's out of town, the chief of police is out of town, it shows who's next in line to take care of it and what exactly to do during the emergency.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney?
No questions. Nice job, Chief.
Thank
Trustee
you.
Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
and Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is item 9, application for the authority to expend funds totaling $11,750.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Tierney, seconded by Trustee, is that Senior?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Madam President, this is open for discussion.
Thank you. Chief Kenny, you want to talk about the pumps?
Yes. So we maintain the fuel pumps within the village. They have not been replaced. The pump system itself has not been replaced in a long time. We did have the fuel tanks replaced a couple of years ago, but the pump is due now. It goes in and out, and with last year's or 2 years ago, our terrible freeze that we had caused some major damage to it. So this is just to replace the pump itself. So we don't, to be honest with you, if we continue to keep calling this company out within a year, we're going to exceed the amount it is to change it out.
Thank you. Trustee Jones?
No comment.
Trustee Horn?
Just one note, if the statement application for the authority to expend funds says none, and then we have totaling over 11,000. So
Disregard none. Disregard the none, trustee.
I'm sorry?
Disregard the none, please.
Well, that's why I'm making the statement, just so that the documentation is accurate. Remove the none. Thank you.
That's it, trustee Horn?
It is.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney,
Nothing, no comment.
trustee Senior,
No comment.
trustee Abraham.
No comment.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Can we get a roll call, please?
Yeah, Madam President. Trustee Jones,
Aye.
trustee Horn,
Yes.
trustee Abraham,
Yes.
trustee Senior,
Yes.
trustee Tierney,
Yes,
and trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. So bringing us to item 10, Village Clerk. I just have one quick thing. Earlier, I mentioned in the comments, or I should say the communication about the census events. I failed to mention the upcoming event. The first one is going to be next Saturday, this coming Saturday, August 22nd, from 12 to 2 p.m. This is a census block party. And there will be food, games, music, census awareness. This is a no-cost event. There will be a food truck, and we will be taking the census on site. So please, if you haven't taken the census yet, or you know someone that has not, please make sure that they either do so online, and that can be done at www.2020census.gov, or just come on out to the event, have some fun, take the census, and be counted. Mayor, that concludes my report. This is item 11, Village President, Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. I do want to start off with some acknowledgements that we've had some good news. The first one comes from Miss Regina Sheberry. She lives on 12th Avenue, and her comment was to Director Ames. And it states, I'm writing to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You took care of this matter so quickly. It surprised me when my doorbell rang and it was your guys here to take this old tree down. You have a good crew and also a good leader, Jeff, that oversee these operations, and 10 thumbs up for Jay. He did an excellent job. If there ever will be a monetary award given, please to these two young, please keep these two young men in mind. But again, Mr. Ames, you are the best. God bless you today and forevermore. Broadview strong. So Director Ames, can you please acknowledge your team on behalf of myself and the Board of Trustees for servicing at a high level of excellence? Also, during a recent storm, sometimes we forget about our telecommunicators in the 911 center, and it's important that we recognize and highlight them as well. So on Monday, August 10th, 2020, severe storms came through the suburbs of the Chicagoland area. This severe storm caused numerous damage to structures and trees, and also caused electrical power to be interrupted for residents of Broadview and Maywood area. During the storm, event members of the Ike 911 Center handled 188 calls within a 3-hour time frame. In this event, telecommunicator Riddick, telecommunicator Houston, and telecommunicator Poloni went above and beyond normal duties and is recognized for their diligence in rendering such assistance. So Director Kirshner and Chief Uglin and Chief Talley of Maywood highlighted these, and these excellent awards will go into each personnel found in the respective villages, 2 for Maywood and 1 for Broadview. And I like to just say thank you to them because, like I said, sometimes we forget about the telecommunicators, but their job is highly stressful in a emergency situation. So thank you for your service and leadership. I also want to thank the department heads who worked together on that day, Monday. They came together during a stressful situation. When I say we have some of the top leaders in the village as it relates to our police chief, our fire chief, our director of public works, and our building department, when the emergency situation came together, Chief Kenny and Director Ames jumped into action right away to make sure that people were safe. The police department was patrolling the streets, giving reports back to the public works team to let them know where it was either down wires or trees that was in the street. So I just want to say and commend our own team on handling that situation very professionally and making it less stressful for us. Although Many of the residents was without power for a couple of days. We did send out a robocall to acknowledge that and what ComEd had put in place to compensate those residents that had been inconvenienced. That information was emailed to the residents as well as a robocall, as well as our website. So we have the information here. If you still have not located that document, we have it for you. In our Public Works Department, I would like to acknowledge Terrence Jones in our Public Works Department. He has completed his course at Triton College. He has a certification in OSHA compliance and a plumbing certificate, and will be working on his water operator certification. I commend Terrence on taking us up on the offer to enhance his skill set and his commitment to the village of Broadview. When Triton College offered these courses to the community, Terrence was the first one to jump right on it. So he just completed the course. It was about a 4 or 5 month course study, but he has completed that and looking forward to move on to the next certification, which would be his water operator certificate. All public works, and I just want the public to know, as well as the Board of Trustees, that all public works employees meet the criteria to work for the Village of Broadview. They all have their CDL license, as well as certifications to support their duties. Our water operator is Wesley Barber, who assists us on a part-time staff basis and is a full-time employee with the Broadview Water Agency. Get to know them, get to know the men and women that work in the Public Works Department. They come with a skill set under the leadership of Director Ames. And if you have any questions, reach out to Director Ames as it relates to any personnel questions that you may have about any member of the Public Works Department, or you can reach out to our village administrator as well. We welcome all of our new residents to the neighborhood. If you have a neighbor that has just moved to the community, please reach out to them and welcome them to our community. We want them to embrace the beauty of our community. It's a vibrant, growing community. Our community bike ride is just amazing. I mean, literally amazing. Clerk Kevin McGreer, he has joined us. Trustee Senior has joined us for a bike ride. When we first started, we started out with 7 community members joining the bike ride. And this past Sunday, we had probably over 20 participants, and we had members from the village of Westchester, the village of Maywood, the village of Forest Park. We had children going on a bike ride, families coming out to participate. So if you can, and you have a bike and you want to participate, meet us on 14th and 17th every Sunday at 9 o'clock. It's a nice 1-hour ride. We also are walking every Saturday morning with the community at 7 a.m. for 1 hour, starting at the Walgreens on 17th and Roosevelt. So if you want to walk with us, this is a good time to collaborate with your neighbors and just have a nice walk and get to know one another. Come out and meet your neighbors. I would like to say that we've been working with Treasurer Maria Papa's office as it relates to the seniors that's not properly taking their tax exemptions. And so the interns that we have working here in the village of Broadview, they went down and got the training that they need to assist the seniors that are not taking the tax exemption. So next week, we will be going out to those residents, to the seniors, myself and the interns, to help those seniors fill out the paperwork or online to get their proper tax exemptions that they need. We want to make sure that they have all of the exemptions. And I just want to thank Treasurer Maria Papas for the commitment to the community and the partnership with the Village of Broadview. I think that was huge that she invited us to come to her office to be trained on the software that they utilize to input the information. So that way we can do it ourselves firsthand for the seniors. They don't have to go down to the Cook County Treasurer office to do it. They don't have to fool around with technology. They can come here and we're able to assist them. So that's like a really big deal for us. I also want to just inform the community that I've been getting several calls about political petitions being circulated throughout the community. And I just want to say, established political parties can start circulating petitions August 25th, not before then. And then those that are not new political parties or independent candidates, they can circulate September 22nd. So while we're trying to maintain transparency and dignity in this process, we just want to be conscious of the dates that you can circulate petitions. We encourage everyone to get engaged, to participate in that process, but at the same time, we want you to do it with integrity as you represent the Village of Broadview. All of this information can be found on the Illinois Election Board of Elections. I also would like to say that we do get some anonymous information from community members. So this one is from, and I just want to acknowledge it publicly because sometimes people think we don't hear their complaints when they come in anonymous, but we do. So we have some concerns on South 23rd Avenue. I have directed that information to Chief Uglin as well as the building department to investigate that. We do have another concern regarding property on 22nd Avenue. That information has been given over to Commissioner Upshaw to investigate. And I had one, she called ComEd to pick up the utility pole that was been laying on the parkway by Pioneer Park. ComEd has picked up that log, but she also said the fencing around the ballpark needs to be repaired or replaced. The only thing I could say is I agree with you, but you would really have to call Broadview Park District as they own that property and should maintain the fencing that's in disarray. Also, I received an email about major potholes on the 3100 block of 24th Avenue. I just want to acknowledge that I have received the petitions from the residents that live on that block, and we are investigating and we are working with our Public Works Department as well as our finance team to see how we can better assist and get some relief from those residents. So just stay tuned. We will be responding as soon as we look at our finances, because the first commitment to the community is to be transparent and fiscal responsible as we move this village forward. And with that being said, that's all I have. I just want to wish everyone a good night and a good week. God bless you. And I will call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
You on mute, Mr. Clerk.
I forgot again. I'm sorry. It's been properly motioned by Trustee Horn to adjourn, seconded by Trustee Abraham. We'll have a roll call vote. Trustee Jones. Trustee Jones is off the meeting. Trustee Horn.
Yes.
Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Tierney.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. And this carries 4-0 to adjourn. We are hereby adjourned at 8:22 p.m. Thank you all. Have a good
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night and a good week.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.